Hello everybody, this is Tim here again, here another review, this time for another Marvel series which I haven't reviewed yet called Moon Knight. Now Moon Knight stars Oscar Isaacs and Ethan Hawke. It's pretty much about like Egyptian gods and things like that, more about magic. This series actually came out before some of the other ones I've already reviewed, but I'm just now getting into it. And I have finished it. I pretty much just binged the whole thing in one night. These mini-series that Marvel does are pretty much just like mini-series and just like extended movies that they put on Disney Plus. These really could all just be movies. But so far, I've gave pretty much all the series like, well, I think I might have gave Hawkeye a 3 out of 4 or 3.5 out of 4. I thought that one was like pretty good. But WandaVision, I believe I gave a 4, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier I also gave a 4, but that's because I'm just kind of more partial to like the Captain America movies and stuff like that. So I just personally am more into like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier world and stuff. Um, and I just wanted to put that out there because I'm more into characters like Batman and stuff than I am like magical stuff and stuff like that. So right off the bat, this show kind of has to win me over because this really isn't my vibe or my jam or my thing when it comes to like comic books and things like that. But I will say this is a pretty good show. I'd give it a 3.5 out of 4. Just like the other Marvel shows, it's easily worth watching if you're a fan of the MCU. A solid 3.5 out of 4. Oscar Isaac does a great job with this dude who has DID, which is pretty much like a split personality disorder. Um, because it's like a family tragedy thing or whatever we see in his past, and there's like this Egyptian deity type thing or whatever that like takes over his body and is like, or is like, yeah, is like commanding him to do stuff or whatever, and he gets these superpowers to become Moon Knight. We got Ethan Hawke who serves this alligator type deity or whatever named Ahmet, that's like talking about like the scales of life and all that. The action is pretty good when he actually turns into Moon Knight and all that. And he has this sidekick, chick's name I actually forgot, even though I just binged the show. But she transforms into like this Egyptian power of like this hawk type being at the end of it. Pretty cool action scenes with her and Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac's acting is great, but I will say Ethan Hawke kind of steals this show just as a villain. He's really good here. When it comes to like the action and the climax and the final episode, I will say this: like the episode before the last one kind of starts to drag a little with this whole like mental plot line that's going on inside Oscar Isaac's mind. It kind of takes it a while to like fully like get past that for him to become a full complete his character arc. It just kind of drags out a little bit when this whole thing where he thinks he's in a mental hospital and Ethan Hawke is like his doctor or whatever. Kind of drags out. But when you get to the end, though, in the ending fight, I will say this: once Ethan Hawke gets like the extra power and he's like absorbing souls in his staff and all that, kind of cool action sequence. But when he gets to the end, like the final fight, I will say this: Ethan Hawke is defeated like pretty easily, or at least he felt that way, or kind of quick, kind of lame way. And Oscar Isaac decides not to like listen to the deity thing, Konusha Who or whatever the hell his name is, which is actually a pretty cool design with like this bird skull looking thing it's got for a head. Um, the CGI, for the most part, for the Egyptian gods is pretty good to great, pretty much. Every now and then, it does look a little bit too glossy or whatever, and they're wearing too much like Egyptian armor and stuff on their body, like the hippo lady or whatever that helps out Oscar Isaacs. Pretty cool, funny voice though, because when Oscar Isaacs like runs into him or runs into the hippo, she's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And it's just like this, hippo creature. Pretty cool. Um, and you got like a mid-credit scene once Oscar Isaac decides to like become a superhero, and you got Ethan Hawke who's in like a mental asylum. He gets broken out by this canoe shoe type thing or whatever. And one of like the split personalities of Oscar Isaac's character is now like working with a thing or whatever, and it like executes Ethan Hawke, or at least we see that it does. Maybe they'll bring him back in the second season. It's pretty much just a hint that the future of Moon Knight is going to go on. Overall, pretty good show, miniseries. These are pretty much just all extended movies made for TV. Um, yeah, pretty good. 3.5 out of 4. Do I need more? I think Moon Knight could work in a feature. I think this character's strong enough to where it could be just a movie. And a lot of these really could have worked as movies, except for maybe like the Hawkeye one. That one is more made strictly for streaming about him and Kate Bishop. That is more of just a streaming thing. But this one really could like spin off into a movie with this character. Like he really could do something with this feature film wise. I've heard Ethan Hawke's like talking about like he would have interest in come back and all that. He did a great job here, but I don't know why the hell you would need to bring him back. I mean, I guess if you want to have his cool character back, you could manipulate it in some way to get him back. Um, but yeah, really good show. Definitely worth watching. I do recommend it. Most of the Marvel shows have been pretty good quality to great quality for me. Um, upcoming shows they got coming out, like She-Hulk and stuff. I would say What If has probably been like my favorite of all these MCU shows. Well, not counting Loki. Um, well, yes, I would say counting Loki too. Loki, I would say, is a strong like second place. I really enjoyed What If, especially for that final where everything comes together. But if you're not really into like the animation and stuff like that, or like the whole anime thing and all that, or animation thing, then you'll probably enjoy Loki more. Which I really like Loki too. Live action wise, that's the best easily. Um, but yeah, I think Moon Knight could easily transfer from this into a movie. So thank you guys for watching, and